What's up, traders? So today is going to be a different type of video. So right now I am in the middle of what my friends are calling a world tour. So about 4 weeks ago, I visited Canada. 3 weeks ago, I visited New York and was privileged to travel throughout the NASDAQ. 2 weeks ago, I went to Atlanta for InvestFest. Then last week, I went to Orlando, Florida for a family vacation. And right now I am in Accra, Ghana. And this is actually my first time in Africa, and it is absolutely amazing. If you look behind me, we are at the pool area for my resort, palm trees everywhere. The food is 30 times better than at home, I can promise you that. But really, I wanted to make this video to discuss the freedoms that trading has brought me. All right, so I'm here in Ghana, obviously, and while I am handling some business while I'm here, I'm also here, one, celebrating my wife and I's anniversary, which is actually September 9th. So if you are watching this video on September 9th, drop us a happy anniversary in the comments below. And if you are watching this on September 13th, it is my wife's birthday. So say happy birthday, Mrs. Mosley. But just to put it plainly, I would not be able to have this type of lifestyle and travel while making thousands of dollars every single day if it were not from trading. Most people trade their time for money working 8, 10, sometimes even 12 hours per day, stuck in traffic, stuck in an office, but trading has absolutely allowed me to basically flip that equation. While we have been here, I spent about 1 to 1.5 hours dedicated to trading, and then the rest of the day, we are out venturing and learning new things and experiencing the culture and absolutely eating as much food as I possibly can. And so we will be here in Ghana for about 9 days, but that's just this week. This week is Ghana, and then in a few weeks, I'll be in Washington, D.C., and then I'll be in Cancun, but in the span of 9 weeks, I will have visited 8 different places, all while still making money. And all I need is my computer and my brain. And really, I could just use my phone. But me personally, I absolutely hate trading on my phone. So I always bring my laptop anywhere I go. But the beauty of this business is it doesn't matter where I'm at. All I need is Wi-Fi and my laptop. And for today, if you look back here, this is my office. Like this is literally my office. I'm making money in front of palm trees as the wind blows. And I even have some people right here to the left of me actually making business transactions. And it's a beautiful thing to see. And listen, people, if you have not been to Africa, I absolutely encourage you to do so. Don't let the media at home make you believe that it looks one way or things aren't amazing. There are so many beautiful things to see. I'm literally right now surrounded by wealth, and I'm actually tomorrow going on a private tour around the city with one of my friend's fathers who is from here, and he actually owns a water company. He owns gas stations, and so this is just going to be an amazing opportunity. So Afua, straight shout out to you. But simply this week means enjoying Ghana, and then next week it means enjoying something else. But the beauty of trading means that I do not need to be in any specific place. I could be anywhere in the world, and that is quite literally the true meaning of freedom. And while I'm here, I am going to make enough money to pay for the entire trip within and of itself. And this is by far the most expensive trip that I've ever planned, but I feel comfortable knowing that I will make enough while I'm actually here to pay for my next trip and this one as well. And here's the thing, trading pays for it all. The flights, the hotels, the experiences with my family. I'm not just spending money while I'm here. The market is literally funding this trip. The financial freedom, the market opens no matter where you are in the world. If you know how to take advantage of it, it will pay you for the lifestyle. You know, but it's not just about me. It's about the freedom that it allows me to give my family. I can be present. I can show my kids what's possible, and I can teach them how to build a financial independence of their own. And that is literally what a legacy is. And I don't just keep this to myself. I lead a full community of traders who are all on the same mission. There's about 260 of us currently, all printing money from the market every single day, while we are buying back our time to live life on our terms and to create financial freedom. And to be quite frank, I think I like seeing them win more than I like seeing myself win. All right, we have all the extremes. We have people who are just now starting trading and they're coming in and they're making maybe a few $100s per day. And then we have the other extremes, which I just shared in the latest video, that we did have one member who made $229,000 just last month in the month of August. All right, so we have those two extremes, and then, you know, most people fall somewhere in between. But if you are looking for a cool community, then we would absolutely love to have you. Come on, Trade to Freedom. There's a reason that I titled the community and the course Trade to Freedom, because that is quite literally what we are doing. You'll get access to see my trades at any given time. You'll get access to my entire framework via the Trade to Freedom course. You'll get access to ask me questions at any given time. And lastly, you'll be within a community of other traders who all have the exact same goal as you. And so if that does interest you, the link is down in the description below. We would love to have you. But whether I'm in Ghana or I'm back home in the States, my life pretty much looks the same. I make money from anywhere I want at any time I want. And those are the same freedoms that I am hoping for you. If I can sit halfway around the world and allow the market to pay for my lifestyle, then you can do the same as well. And I actually like trading from here because the market doesn't open until 1:30 p.m. their time. So I don't even need to wake up early. Me and the wife were actually up late last night, and I don't think I got up until 12:30 today, and I didn't miss a single dime because the market doesn't open till 1:30 here. So that worked out amazingly. But y'all know, see, some of y'all watch this video and was like, well, wait, where are the scriptures? Now, you know, I'm not going to post any video without sharing the word of God. And this one's actually going to be a little lengthy. I actually had one of our community members who said they went to Bible study just a few days ago and they learned a lot of things. And I'm going to share some of the principles that they shared with me that they learned. And so let's jump in. All right. So thank you, Craig, for sending this out to me. And this is the 9 principles of wisdom. And so he said, God talks about money more than he talks about heaven, hell, or prayer. Why? Because money is never just about money. The transformed man understands the power of right thinking when it comes to finances. So here are 9 principles that separated men who own their money from men who are owned by their money. That's a good one. So first off, principle 1, you were made to produce. All right. Before Adam got a wife, he got a job. You were created to work, solve, build, and lead. Work is not punishment, it's purpose. All right, fellas, you were created to work, solve, build, and lead. Work is not punishment, it's purpose. And I think that's a big factor in finding something that you really enjoy doing, because we do these odd jobs just for the sake of making money. And so because we hate the job, it feels like almost a punishment, and we hate going in, and we hate Mondays, we hate when the week comes around, and we only like the weekends. But we were designed to work, solve, build, and lead. So that is principle number 1, is fellas, you were made to produce. Principle number 2 is work in your giftings. All right, Proverbs 18:16 says, your gift makes room for you. Your gift is your edge. Don't wait to discover it. Clarity follows motion. God directs the man with the dirt on his hand, not excuses on his lips. Goodness gracious. That with not excuses on your lips. You know, when I was in high school, my football coach, she had a favorite quote, and it was, excuses are the tools of the weak and incompetent. They build monuments of nothingness and bridges to nowhere. Those who specialize in them seldom amount to anything. All right. And he said that pretty much every single day that we had practice, and he would say it over and over and over again. And at the time, we absolutely hated it because, you know, we were out there running on these 90-degree days and he was working us extremely hard. But it's obviously true. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And so if you have the ability to do it and you're making excuses, well, excuses are the tools of the weak and incompetent. They build monuments of nothingness and bridges to nowhere. Those who specialize in them will seldom amount to anything. All right. So that is principle number 2, work in your giftings. And then principle number 3 is honesty is a big deal. All right. Ephesians 4:28 calls you to useful, honest work. If you cheat to get ahead, you lose more than trust. Fast money fades, character compounds. All right. I want to put an emphasis on that. Fast money fades. A lot of people get into trading and they'll do things like buy far out of the money calls in hopes and wishing that a stock will shoot up, and then they'll make, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars off of buying a call that cost them like $10. And what happens is you end up losing on over 95% of your trades, following a process that doesn't work, trying to find the fast money. But if you were to just do consistent and reliable trades over time, the turtle normally wins the race. All right. And I always talk about that with our trading, because us as option sellers, we have a much higher probability of profit. However, me, instead of always swinging for home runs, I would rather get to first base, then to second base, then the third base, and to fourth, and then make my home run instead of always swinging for the immediate home run and striking out over 95% of the time. Okay. And then principle number 4 is blessing is attached to diligence. Success isn't luck, it's faithfulness. You show up early, you solve problems. Proverbs 10:4 says, diligent hands bring wealth. Stop praying for what you're unwilling to sweat for. Ooh, and that was a word right there. Stop praying for what you're unwilling to sweat for. All right. So we all know the verse, faith without works is dead. All right. Of course, you still need to pray about it, but once you pray about it, it's time to put in that work. And principle number 5, money is a worship issue. All right. Cain gave God leftovers. Abel gave him first fruits. We're going somewhere with this one. Only one offering was accepted. Give to God first and steward the rest with wisdom. God doesn't bless your tips. He blesses your trust. And I've shared this multiple times before, but I actually just this year in 2025, in January of 2025, became a faithful tither. All right. Before then, I would go to church and I would drop maybe $20 to $30 here and there, but I never actually gave a tenth of what I made. And when it comes to tithing, that's the only part in the entire Bible where God actually says, try me. Like, it's almost kind of like some gangster type stuff. Like, he said, hey, try me, see what I could do. Like, it's the only part in the entire Bible where he says, test my powers and see if I don't open up the windows of heaven, so much so that there will not be room enough to receive. And I can honestly say, my goodness, this year has just been crazy. I made sure I tithe every single week. I take a tenth of what I make from all my trading profits, from all my businesses, and I give it back to the kingdom. And when I say he's giving it back to me in extreme ways, it's crazy. And for those of you who do not believe it, or you don't think that tithing has to do with your money, my question to you would be, well, are you exactly where you want to be? Because if not, then why not try something different? The definition of being ignorant is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And so if you want better, then you should probably try doing better. Because what do you have to lose? Worst case scenario is that you give 10% of the money you make to an organization that you, in your heart of hearts, believe will do good things with the money. And that's by far your worst case scenario. However, your best case scenario is exactly what God said he would do, which is open up the windows of heaven and pour out so much so that you will not have room enough to receive. And so I would just end this principle by saying you should probably try God, because that's exactly what he wants you to do. Principle number 6 is be smart with money. Worship is what you give. Wisdom is how you manage what's left. Steward it well. Guessing with money is how men stay broke. All right, so that was a good one. Principle number 7, be wary of debt. Debt isn't always evil, but it often replaces discipline. Don't borrow what God hasn't told you to build. If debt owns your future, you've already sold your freedom. And man, that's a deep one, because we are right now at an all-time high for this like buy now, pay later stuff. And listen, folks, if you can't buy it multiple times, then you dang sure don't need to finance it. Like, it's just getting ridiculous. I seen somebody recently use a buy now, pay later for a movie ticket. Come on. Then principle number 8, be wary of covetousness. Envy makes fools out of men with full hands. Comparison kills contentment and robs you blind while doing so. And so that's a deep one right there. Then principle number 9, think long term. Generosity trains your heart for eternity. Matthew 6:21 says, your treasure leads your heart. The man who thinks eternally lives differently today. This is about so much more than simply getting rich. It's about getting free. So get to work, get honest, and get in position. God won't multiply what you refuse to surrender. Man, that was powerful. Craig, thank you for sharing that. I hope that word blesses multiple people out there. And I think I'm going to end this video on that note. I love you guys. I hope you learned a lot today. I'm about to get back to my wife and enjoy my time in Ghana. But again, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.